My Movie Recollection with Vincent Cloud.
And John Nemitz.
And this is a show where we talk about, I feel like the mic's far away from me. We talk about movies randomly and quickly. We don't want to stick around for too long. We want to do an Irish goodbye. Is that what it is? Where you just kind of walk off without saying goodbye,
That's right. The French
right?
exit.
The French act. Ooh, that sounds a little bit sexier. But yeah, we want to do that. We don't want to make our presence felt too much within a movie. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But we normally end up doing the Minnesota goodbye, where in you just continue to chit chat small talk for way too long
oh yeah, on
after
the like right at the door.
yeah, putting on your coats and scarves and
Yep.
what have you.
None of that. We want to be quick. So let's. Oh, and this is a game show, a bit of a game show. We make each other guess the movies that we have in front of us on the laptop on a website called Letterboxd. You can install and upload all the movies you ever seen. Quick, press shuffle, and then you could play along or something. I don't know.
They could
All
play
right.
with their friends and they wouldn't have to listen to this.
Oh my gosh, I would hate that. Someone does it better, my movie recollection. But the website's taken, right, John? We own
That's
that or
right.
no? Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Anyways,
well,
let's get
and
started.
viewers and listeners can go there to mymovierecollection.com and find out for themselves who owns that site.
Yeah. And also vote for us for best local podcast
That's right.
at the volume1.com, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Anyways,
we'll put a link in the show description.
oh, that'd be cool. I don't know how to do that, but you go ahead. All right,
All right.
let's get started. Let's go from yours, John.
All right. Two-word title. First word starts with J, as in Jehoshaphat.
Just Friends.
No, older. Here's a clue that's not a clue. I've watched this movie on Laserdisc. Um, Mid 90s.
Jurassic Park?
Nope. Um, it's kind of like a cyberpunk movie.
Oh, Johnny Mnemonic?
That's right. Yes.
God, all right. Yeah, I've seen it. I barely remember anything. This is right before The Matrix, right?
Um,
Or maybe
yeah,
not right before, but
couple few years before that. Yeah, I don't remember much of it at all. The last time I saw it was my buddy in college had a laser disc player and we watched it on there. And I learned about laser rot, whereas apparently the the discs often you had to use like, two sides of these giant 12-inch discs and they'd like glue them together. But then over time the glue would wear out and it would like bubble up in the inside and then like that would affect the way they played. So they called it laser rot.
that is so misleading. I was like, a laser rotting sounds pretty awesome. Like, I can't even picture that in my head. Holy crap. But Johnny Mnemonic, he's got like a computer in his head or something.
Yeah, I man, I'm struggling to remember. Like, it's the plot that he has to get like a hard disk with like some files or something, some data stored on it from one place to another place, or get it in the hands of the right people or something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah, he's like a transporter or something.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right.
But like I just don't remember much of any of it. I don't think I liked it very much. I think it was like it dealt with things that I didn't care about. I was like, computers, gross. This will never be a thing.
Yeah, and like I watched it with fellow computer nerds, and I remember just laughing about like um them trying to do like the techie jargon or whatever, but it kind of being nonsensical and like them talking about like I don't remember the numbers, but like like and this thing holds 50 megabytes and acting like it's the biggest thing that would ever exist. And it's just like it was like by the time we watched it in whatever 2004 or whatever, laughably small.
Yeah, and it's about computers and heady stuff, yet it's played by Keanu Reeves. And so again, this is very Matrix like where the whole time he's like, whoa, what? You know? And they're like, how are you feeling, John? He's like my head's gonna explode.
And then it does.
Did it? I don't
No,
remember.
I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
remember any of this. Oh my gosh. Um, is there like a little input in the back of his head or something? Do you remember that?
Oh, I mean, I don't remember specifically, but yeah, I get that feeling like yeah, like they plug the hard drive into his head or something like that. But then there's also like, the data port on the back of their necks in the Matrix. Definitely could be conflating it with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I'll probably never rewatch this. Yeah. Should we move
Yeah.
on?
I never planned to rewatch it, but just being the circles that I traffic in, I could imagine this coming up on like um computer nerd movie night or something like that.
Yeah, really. Like every 10 years, someone's like, check this out, John. You're like, oh my God. And then you pretend that you've never seen it. It's a weird thrill.
And the best part is I've convinced my brain I haven't seen it by not remembering any of it.
All right, let's do another movie here. Oh my gosh, okay. Three-word title. First word starts with an S as in Shawshank.
Um, Slippery when wet.
I feel like you said that before. And no, it's not
That's
it.
just a three-word phrase that comes to mind.
Um, let's see here. Joan Cusack.
Joan Cusack.
Uh,
Hmm, okay. Um, yeah, not helping.
um, hmm. I
Something's
think
gotta
this would
give.
Jack Black.
Saving Silver Man.
No. Richard Linklater.
Oh, um,
Yeah, you're not
Scanner
gonna get
Darkly, comma A.
it. You want me to just tell you? Because I
Waking Life. Yeah, go for it.
School of Rock.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh man, I didn't remember her being in this.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So you've seen it. That's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, I saw it shortly after it came out. Actually been meaning to rewatch it because I remember liking it, and I feel like people have spoken positively about it since then. And I didn't know that was Linklater, though. That actually surprises me for you to say that.
Yeah, because it's not artsy fartsy whatsoever. It's a
No.
very straightforward idea. Like Jack Black, he needs a job, so then what a roommate maybe is a music teacher, and then he I don't know what happens, but Jack Black pretends he's that guy, and then he just teaches the kids, and it's real cutesy. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean these kids, they're stuffy classical music enthusiasts, or at least they've been shoved into that role by their stuffy parents. And he teaches them to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, isn't iCarly in there? Whatever her name is, she was in
Could
iCarly.
could be.
Uh, yeah. What else? What else? But it's cool. It's just Jack Black basically. You feel like he didn't write that for him. He would have done that anyways. Like had he walked into a classroom, he probably just would teach people to rock and stuff like that. So, as Tenacious D fans that we are, the D heads, whatever we're called,
D-head.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's totally his wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Tenacious D has the precedent of classical being the essence of rock in that one song.
Yeah.
That is Bach and it rocks. It's a rock. Bach, Bach. I remember Jack Black doing press for this movie and being on some talk show and talking about like, yeah, I can't actually play the guitar really good, so I just like fill in the noises with my mouth. And he does that like where he's kind of playing guitar, but then he like makes guitar noises to fill in what he's not actually playing.
Yeah. Scat, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Yeah. Yeah. He's very good at that. Dang,
Hmm.
like, the more I think about it, oh, okay. Well, let's mention Joan Cusack. Now, to me, she's like very funny, but she's playing the role of the opposite where she's like super uptight and like I don't think she's a love interest necessarily. She's just more like a friend interest, and Jack Black's like, "Hey, loosen up," and she's like, "I don't know how," but eventually she does, right? Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a super like rated G comedy. It's still funny. It's just yeah. And if you like music, maybe you'll identify more with that. I've never really played an instrument. Maybe keyboards or piano.
Or the harpsichord.
Yes. Uh,
Or
well,
the pipe organ. Just trying to think of musics or instruments that use the keyboard
the
layout.
keys,
Yeah. The
a
ivories.
mellotron, a
Ooh, that
mellotron.
sounds cool.
Yeah. Anyways, should we move on to the next movie?
Sure. Let me refresh. Oh no.
Oh,
Okay. Um, four words. The first word is the. The second word starts with B, as in beaver.
the best of. Oh man.
It is directed by Colin Trevorrow or Trevorrow, however you say that.
Oh, the oh my gosh, Colin Trevorrow. He's only done like maybe four movies, maybe.
Yeah, and this is one of
Oh
them.
my gosh,
It's got
the
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts.
It's got a little kid in it, a precocious young kid.
Oh man, I only think of King Kong, but that's yeah.
The Book of Henry is the name of the
Oh,
film.
oh, wow. I have no idea. I don't think I'm sure I haven't seen this. The Book of Henry. Is anyone else in it like Brad Pitt or something?
Is it what?
Is Brad Pitt in this too, or no? Am I thinking something else?
Um,
Maybe I'm thinking of the Tree of Life or something like that.
yeah, that could be.
Book of Henry. I don't like Henry who? Oh, Henry. The book, the candy book. I don't know. Okay, the Book of Henry. Let's see here. Um, so Naomi Watts has a kid, and that kid is Henry. And then,
So far, so good.
she's just trying to get by being a single mother, and it's drama, but it's realistic drama. And he's like, I'm gonna write about this one day, and that's the Book of Henry. Yeah.
No, like I'm honestly like it feels insane to say what the plot of the movie actually is. Like I feel like I'm wrong, but um so yeah, Naomi Watts is the mom, Henry's a little kid. He's like, I don't know, 10 or 12 or something. And he's like, yeah, this like precocious little genius kid. And um I think he like so like they notice or he notices that the girl next door is like getting abused or something. Um, but like meanwhile, he like has like a brain tumor or something, and like I think he like dies like early in the movie or something. And then he has like left behind this book that his mom is meant to find that like has instructions on like how to like take out this girl's father, like murder him.
Oh, whoa.
And like but like, get away with the murder. And like, because he's like this genius kid, he's thought of like every single contingency, and he's like plotted everything out. And like the like there's like, for how dark the plot is, like it's a really like they're trying to make the movie really like cutesy. Like, so like she'll be like, um what, that's insane. And then like in the book it says like, and now you're probably thinking that this is insane, but this is like deadly serious, or what I mean, like that kind of stuff.
Was it
But then
good?
um
Uh,
I, I don't know if I can say it's good, but it's kind of worth watching. You know what I
hmm.
mean? Like, just because it's such an insane concept. But then meanwhile, like Henry had a little brother, and like after Henry died, the brother's just kind of like getting neglected because she's like, first of all, like mourning her other son, and then also like engrossed in this like revenge, not revenge plot, but like saving plot. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Rescue.
Rescue, yeah.
Wow. What? That sounds so bizarre. And this was newer, right? This is like 2012 or something maybe.
Yeah, newer than that even, I think.
Wow. I've have never even heard of this. I mean, maybe I've heard of the that she was making a movie and Colin Trevorrow or whatever, but I had no idea about the plot. That's nuts. Wow.
Yeah.
I never would have got that right. It was
No,
an uphill
yeah,
battle.
so close. You just forgot about the death of the titular character and the murder plot. But other than that, you nailed it.
So fucking weird. Anyone else in that movie?
I feel like uh Sarah Silverman was like the mom's best friend or something like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, this is
I don't.
about as close to lead she'll ever get. The best friend.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sure there were other people in it, but
Wow. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, Colin Trevorrow, what did he make? Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, right?
yeah.
And then the four, Fantastic Four. Hmm.
And
He was going to do a Star
yeah, I
Wars,
was gonna say he
actually.
was like
Yeah.
on the short list for a Star Wars for a long time, but didn't end up doing it.
Well, now I kind of regret that because that's a whole crazy idea. Did this cost him the role or the job for Star Wars?
I don't know. Did
That'd
he
be
also was
nuts.
he also the one who did Safety Not Guaranteed? Or
Oh,
is that someone else?
maybe. I want to say it's those brothers, but I have no, the Dupleix brothers, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
A Dupleix brother is in that, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Just like I have yet to finish Star Wars Episode 9 because it's just fucking garbage. If they would have included something weird like that, holy crap. That's interesting. That's different. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, not that we're here to talk about Star Wars, but that's just so bizarre. Like the newest trilogy, how like it was like a pissing match between directors that you can like see on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna undo everything you did. Well, I'm gonna undo everything that you did.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Still have I don't know if I'll ever finish that movie. It just hurts too much. Like it reminds me that I am a Star Wars fan because I'm watching something that's not Star Wars. You know, it's just it looks like it, but That's J.J. Abrams. Like, I do not care for that guy. So, anyways, moving on, right? Let's do another movie.
Moving on.
Feel like we talked about Star Wars plenty enough. All right. Oh my gosh,
Especially, yeah,
this.
especially based on um, how the director of the film didn't even end up doing the Star Wars.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe it would have been. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a weird one. Three-word title. First word starts with a D, as in dinosaur.
um, do not eat. Uh,
No.
dang- danger.
Edward Furlong.
Don't know who that is.
Oh man. This is a it has Kiss in it, the band Kiss.
Okay, I'm probably never gonna get this.
Oh, right, okay. All
Yeah, I don't
right.
know any movies that.
What about maybe you could fake your way by mentioning a title, a song from Kiss
All
that
right.
got turned into, yeah.
Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
All right, you haven't seen that movie though, so what do you think
No.
it's about?
Um, I think it's a biopic of the band Kiss, and it um shows their early year formation, how they got together, how they killed disco in their in the Motor City,
Oh,
um, and how they became knights in Satan's service.
is that what that really stands for?
I don't think I don't know. It
I don't
could be.
remember anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they embraced that later or something. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
throws me off. No, it's about four friends who are trying to scrounge up tickets and drive to the Kiss concert. That's what the
Okay.
whole thing's about. They might even win tickets, but then they get robbed. It's like this whole misadventure, them driving to go watch Kiss. But then once they get to Detroit or whatever, they split off into fours, and they all four of them have different adventures, and they're all like one guy is just constantly being chased by like a group. One guy is like trying to seduce this cougar, but she's like, I'll sleep with you if you dance on the stripper thing. He's like, what? All right. I don't know. It was funny at the time. And God, who were the other kid was from Cabin Fever, the funny guy from Cabin Fever. He's one of the four. The kids that's sick in Independence Day. He's one of the four. And then the guy who played the Jungle Kid from Jungle to Jungle, he's one of the four. Yeah. But yeah, it's a funny comedy. Like I remember enjoying it. And this was like I don't know, the last time you would see Edward Furlong in a major motion picture, you know? He's the guy from Terminator 2, John
Oh
Connor.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Um, I feel like it was parodied in Not Another Teen Movie. I think the bathroom stall scene that was pretty funny, and I think they redid that for that parody movie.
Well, you know what's funny is there's a Robert Zemeckis movie, like the first or second movie he ever did called I Want to Hold Your Hand. And it's like not beat for beat by any means, but like the same basic plot structure of the movie we're talking about now, but with the Beatles. It's
Cool.
these like a group of kids who, yeah, I don't remember if they get tickets or whatever, but it's like starts out as like a road trip to go. Oh, was it to see him at the Ed Sullivan show or something? Maybe actually, but
Wow. How would you know specifically? Like, I never heard of like, oh my God, Radiohead. I love Radiohead. They're gonna be at the Tonight Show. I gotta watch them. I've never heard of that before, ever.
yeah. That's
And
a good
that it
point.
wasn't, and hold on, wasn't that performance like their
Yeah,
first
that was like
performance?
their US breakout, basically.
How would they know? They must have had insider information or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds a lot like this movie. And yeah, I would probably check it out again. I just remember like I always thought it was weird that Edward Furlong just stopped making movies. I'm like, it's not like he's a bad actor or anything like that, you know? He's better than Corey Feldman, who I still enjoy because those core memories growing up. But yeah, it's like, what's the matter with Edward Furlong? I guess he wasn't furlong for this world, the movie world.
Hmm.
All right, new movie?
All right. Um, well, not for richer or poorer, because that's been
Oh,
covered.
yeah. Not very well either.
Um, all right. One word starts with R, as in Romeo.
Ravenous.
Nope. It is an animated picture.
Is Robin Hood one word?
I don't know, but not the word I'm looking for in any case.
Ratatouille?
That's right. Yes.
Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah. And that's not at some point of pride where I, you fucking mainstream bitches over there. No, I just never watched it, but I've heard, did I see a clip? I don't know, but like a rat, Patton Oswalt, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I know how to cook and I'm neurotic and short, but uh but yeah, he's gonna teach this young chef to cook, even though he should know by now. Maybe he's a bad chef. I don't know. But like I think I seen him go up in the hair and he like pulls the hair and like that kind of works like strings to his nervous system or something like that. And
Controls him like a puppet.
yeah. But you know what? One of the other reasons why I didn't watch this, uh, beyond the fact that I just never watch movies anymore, anyways, but I remember kind of like, you know what? I don't care what goes behind the scenes in a kitchen. Like I really don't. Like Hell's Kitchen, it's like that was hell before Ramsey got there. It seems hot and busy and thankless. Like a cousin of mine, she opened up her own kitchen or whatever, restaurant, and she was cooking. And after a while, she's like, this sucks. Like this is not fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, never watched it.
But you
Is
get
it
to be
good,
like,
John?
behind you, chef.
Oh,
Like, that's fun, right?
oh, I don't get that at all.
Well, clearly you've never watched the television show Chopped.
Oh, you know what? I tried to find an episode today. I couldn't find one. I've seen it before, but I wanted to refresh. Ah,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. I've watched it a couple times. Um, takes place in Paris. Um,
hmm.
it has all the stuff you said. Um, it's also got the element that the rat, is his name Ratatouille? Sure. Um, he, there's like the whole family dynamic thing where like his siblings and father and everyone don't understand his desire to be a chef, but by the end they come around. Um,
Wait, as in, like, do other mice have professions, or he wants to have a profession for the first time?
yeah, more the latter that
Okay.
yeah, like they're all just rats doing rat stuff, but
Okay, so
he
they're like, "What's a job? What do you?"
um yeah, what's interesting, there's there's like a whole like meta narrative about they're preparing for a food critic to show up to the restaurant, and then like um are you actually talking about movie critics? Like
Oh,
like you kind of put that view on it when you watch it because who's Brad Bird is the director, um, and you just kind of wonder like, are you struggling with some personal interactions with critics or something like that? But um, then there's also another plot where um, the um, the chef who's being controlled turns out to be like the secret, like illegitimate child of the former owner of the restaurant, and like one of the other chefs is like the former lead chef is trying to take over control of the restaurant and like really like commercializing everything and whatnot. So it's all that kind of stuff going on.
you mentioned this is in Paris. Is that appealing? Like, do you find Paris appealing? Like what you've seen of it and whatever?
Um, I don't know, not in the way that a lot of people do, I would say. I've been to Paris,
Oh, really?
but we were on a
The
trip
Eiffel
to
Tower the whole time.
yeah. Yeah, it's like all you want to see is the Eiffel Tower. So you couldn't even see that because we
Yeah,
were on.
we didn't even look at stuff around it. We just stood looked at the tower while on it.
Well, I've heard that about the arch in St. Louis, that it's like you can get up in this arch and see this view of the city, but the only thing worth looking at in the city is the arch.
Oh, that's awesome.
But no, my wife and I went on a trip to London and we took the train to Paris and spent like 2 nights in Paris or something. And um, it was cool stuff there. But yeah, like I feel like there's like this thing where um, I've heard it especially with like Asian tourists where they like they've just seen Paris and all these movies and stuff and expect it to be this magical place. And they get there and it's like just a city and it like they like suffer like depression then like because of it
Oh
like it's
no.
a weird phenomenon that happens. Yeah, there's a name
Wow.
for like that, but I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because out of all like movies I've seen, it's always Paris is romanticized like crazy. Like Woody Allen does it and yeah, like every fucking movie. Maybe not Home Alone. Didn't they kind of give Paris some shit where they're like, this is super lame and they're watching Wonderful Life, but it's dubbed in French. I think they might have kind of gave like, Paris ain't shit or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. To get depressed from to go from movie to reality is something I'm like, oh, I hope that never happens to me. All right. You know what? That might be the show. I didn't write any of the movies down for the Lauer Lightning Hour, so or Lauer Lightning
Yes,
Round.
yes.
Do you remember? Should we wait for Dave or just end this?
um well, let's look back into our memory palace here. We've got Ratatouille.
Right,
We've
yeah.
got Detroit Rock City. We've got the Book of Henry. We've got School of Rock. And we have got whatever the first one I had was.
Yeah, it started with a J, right? Or
Oh, yep, Johnny Mnemonic.
oh,
We use a good
okay.
mnemonic device to remember it.
uh, well, I don't know. Do we have a
A reshoot?
reshoot? Did you watch Fright Night?
No, I have not watched that yet,
No.
despite my promise to do so.
Gremlins 2, did you check that out?
Oh, I watched like the first little bit of it when
Yes.
I was at a friend's house and we were waiting for a third friend to come over because we were gonna watch a movie, and then we started watching Gremlins 2, and then the other guy showed up, so then we shut it off, but caught the first 20 minutes or so of it.
Cool. Thoughts on that?
Um, didn't hold up to my memories of the first one, but
Yeah. I don't know. I've always enjoyed that one. Any other reshoots? Legit reshoots, I guess.
legit ones.
Oh man.
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, me either.
Um, did Mulholland Drive come up a while back? Like early on in the show, I feel like.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we covered them all.
I've been going through all the Lynch movies, and um I had seen that one years ago but didn't remember much of it, and watched it again now, and I found it much more enjoyable, even if I still don't think I understand everything from it.
Yeah.
Like just going into it knowing what Lynch's deal is helps a lot, similar to like watching Twin Peaks and stuff, where you're not expecting there to be like a correct answer to what everything means and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I remember you talking about the freaky person behind the dumpster or whatever,
yeah.
like sticking in your memory.
Yeah, I would see her right around the corner. Like it was terrible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and like the shot they just like linger on the where she was, like after being gone. So you're just like, is something gonna show up there again? Or like what's going on?
Okay, so on your second viewing, that is totally a what do you call it? A S word. What is it called? Oh my gosh. Uh
Slippery.
no. But when it means that there's something in that movie and it's completely disconnected, like it's just there. Non
Oh,
sequitur.
yeah.
Yeah. Right? Like that's what that is in that movie. I'm not making it up. It's not like I forgot a plot point or
Well,
detail, right?
aren't the guys at the diner just talking about how like the one guy was talking about his dream, and like we were here and you were standing there, and then like something scary happened, and I think wasn't that like the thing that he saw in his dream, maybe?
Yeah, but like what does that has nothing to do with the plot though, right? Are those characters who are having that conversation? To me,
No,
I
they
felt
are
like
not involved anywhere else in the plot.
right.
No,
Oh my
not that I
God.
can remember.
See,
Yeah.
it was my writing brain who wanted to write that threw me off so much when I was watching that movie. I was like, this doesn't compute, you know what I mean? Like I was just really like my brain was going haywire. I'm like, I don't get this. What is this? And then to have that reveal of that woman was horrible. Oh my God. And of course,
Effective.
those yeah, way too effective. Although sure, I mean, but those old the grandpas and grandma, their little
Yeah.
tiny things, that was so messed up. Oh my God. So what was the plot? Naomi Watts just went insane? Like I don't even remember.
So the way I kind of take it is that um the first half of the movie is like her kind of the way she wishes her life was, where like, she shows up in Hollywood as this fresh, young, like um naive, but like optimistic girl, and she um nails like the acting audition, and like she be this girl shows up with amnesia at her door and like they become like a love interest and all that stuff. And then like the second half of the movie then is like what her life is actually like, where she lives in this
Oh,
shitty, depressing apartment, and like that girl who had amnesia in the first half is actually like her ex-girlfriend, or maybe even current girlfriend, but just like she's like fooling around with other people and like, not respecting her and all this stuff.
Oh my
And
gosh. I don't remember any of that. That's crazy.
yeah, I didn't either the first time we talked about this movie.
Jeez. Yeah, because I remember the brunette, she shows up and I'm like, "Oh, who is
Yeah.
she?" And then eventually it's about Naomi Watts. I'm like, "Hey, what happened to her?" But then, so many times throughout watching this movie, I'm like, "I guess whatever." There are no rules. This is madness. This is a fever dream of sorts. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Um Is there stuff close to Mulholland Drive that I'll see in Twin Peaks when I continue?
I mean, there's definitely like surreal stuff that seemingly has nothing to do with anything, but like is maybe stuff that exists on a metaphorical plane or whatever that kind of connects back if you think about it a certain way.
But nothing horrifying like that old lady
Oh,
or
um, maybe more so in like The Return and maybe in Fire Walk with Me. There's more like kind of grotesque, horrifying stuff, but the first two seasons were on like ABC or something, so there's not going to be anything too crazy.
all right, sounds good to me. Dave, are you with us?
I am here. What's
All
up, guys?
right. You're right in time for the Lauer
Set
lightning round.
set the clock for 60 minutes because it's the lightning
Yeah,
hour.
the lightning hour. Okay, let's rattle them off. Dave, have you seen Ratatouille?
I've seen parts of it and it was surprisingly good. Um, I'd never seen it until like a year ago. My nephews were watching it, but I did like it.
Shit. Uh, how about the movie Detroit Rock City?
I rented that like when I was in high school and I watched it, but I don't really remember enjoying it. And I just remember them like listening to these old bands like Kiss and like I couldn't relate to it because I'm like, I don't like Kiss.
Oh, all right.
And I felt like I didn't really like the music that they were listening to at the time. Like I feel like if I rewatch it now, I'd probably love it, but I just didn't like it at the time.
But here's the real question: Is Knights in Satan's Service, is that actually the way they came up with the name of the band, or did someone think of that after the fact and attribute it to them?
It has to be after the fact.
That's what I think too.
Like like I don't know, like anything I've seen from Gene Simmons, he seems like a really nice dude. He seems a little weird, but you know.
You know what? I don't even know if I like Kiss. Like I don't even know. Because I haven't checked them out at all. Like I think I like I Was Made for Loving You. Yeah, I think I like that song because that was like from Moulin Rouge or some shit. Yeah.
They definitely have some good hits.
Do they? Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I only know like, I don't know, four or five of their songs, like their big hits.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say I'm not a fan, but they do have a couple of songs I like.
Moving on to new movie here, The Book of Henry.
Oh, what about Eli? I do not know the Book of Henry at all. Never heard of it.
All right, that's fine. All right, next we have School of Rock.
One of my all-time favorite movies is School of
Ah,
Rock.
Yes.
It's so good. Um, Everything about it's good. Like to me, I think it's Jack Black's best performance in a movie. Well, I don't know, maybe performance or best. My favorite role of his. He's perfect for that role. Um, yeah, just everything about the movie is good. And like, I generally hate like movies with kids in them and child actors because they're always like distracting and bad. But like the actors, like the children, are good. Like they're not a hindrance to the movie at all. There's what's his name, Mr. Schneebly. I liked the real Mr. Schneebly. I liked his role. He was good.
Who was that? I don't remember.
Um, his name is like Mike White or something.
I
It's super
think
generic.
I think he wrote this script when him and Jack were roommates, and he wrote it specifically for Jack. I think that's what happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was and that guy he actually was on a season of Survivor, and it's an amazing episode or season of Survivor because he doesn't tell anyone in the cast like that he's like a Hollywood actor, comedian, writer. Like he doesn't tell anyone that. He's just like this dorky guy who's like a data analyst or something. And like nobody knows. And he gets really far into the game. He's like, I don't know, he like makes it like 80% of the way through the game. He was great. He's a really, I don't know, he's just such a likable guy.
Shit. Is he redhead? Am I thinking of the same guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I
All
think he's
right,
redhead.
yeah.
Well, like he had very by the time he was on Survivor, I think he was like basically bald
Oh
or close to
no.
bald.
Oh.
But yeah, he had like reddish hair.
Some people, redheads, consider that an upgrade, losing their red hair. Like, now we're not gonna give a shit about it.
I mean, yeah, it's at least it's a lateral move. It's not worse.
All right, and finally, the movie Johnny Mnemonic.
Never heard of it.
And that was the show. Like, subscribe. Oh, man. Go to mymovierecollection.com. I was Vincent Cloud.
I was John Nemitz.
And I was David Lauer.